Alright, let's go live here. Alright, very good. Hello, welcome to the stream. So I had a part 1 out for the Vocaloid 5 software, and I was gonna do this whole thing. I was gonna have these videos, and those are still gonna be on their way. But honestly, I'm really bad at editing. I'm really bad. So I thought, you know what? Forget that. Instead, I'm just gonna do a live tutorial, and we're just gonna go through as much as we can. I don't really have anything scripted. I don't have anything really going on here. What I have right here is a project. I have turned off the audio so I don't get copyrighted for this. And I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna try and find examples of each parameter that I used efficiently in that way for a certain section of the song, and then I will tell you how did it, maybe some other ways to include it, and then we'll just go from there. All right. So the cover that I'm working on right now is the Judgment of Corruption cover. I have been using a few voices here, so I have Kaito, I have Ken. No, that's not supposed to be Ken. That's supposed to be Gumi. Hey, you, turn that to Gumi again, shall we? We're gonna go natural with Gumi there. Very good. Got played. Such go. Let's take this. Make sure this is the right color. Go back to purple here. Very good. I had it yellow before because I needed to do some editing and I was getting confused on which track was what. So let's go here. Click on this right here, and you see here there's all this stuff. We're gonna go just in order. So let's start with velocity. So velocity is basically how you control the consonant. How much time there is between the consonants. So if you hit Alt here, let me zoom in here just a little bit for you, and go here. Wow. Ooh. And if you hit Alt, you'll notice that there are there are these blue waveforms. This is the actual audio of the singer, and you'll notice that the parts where there's not a lot, those are the consonants. So let me go here. I'm gonna. How do I want to do this? Oh man, I'm like nervous now. I don't know. I've never done a live tutorial like this before. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to this one here. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna go to double tempo, and the reason I'm gonna do that is so that way it goes by very fast. So it's best if you get better understanding when it's a little slower. So here, velocity. I said double tempo. I meant to say half tempo. My bad. Okay, so you see this right here? This is the constant. When I hit Alt, there's the M here, and you see that the line there is the pitch. I've brought this down to 0, and because of that, the long now. So now when I play it, it's going to sound like this. It's mean, not mean. It's mean. And then when I go do the opposite here, you'll notice now that the M is quite short, and that's how it sounds like this. That is the velocity parameter. This is actually quite helpful if you want to create a more impactful kind of attack with the phonetic. So another example we could go here is, let me see here. So you see there it's watasareta. So when you take, let's take the ta right now, and let's bring that down once more, and then when you hit Alt right there, notice how much of a space there is between wa. Wa only gets this tiny little section, and then the T gets this large section. So when you play that, it sounds like this. And again, if I take that and I do the exact opposite, and hit Alt, you now see that that little T is very small. There's barely any time for it to really register. So that's why you want to be really careful with that. So, okay, there we go. Also, here's something. So this scissor tool is quite handy. This is also for the Vocaloid 5 software. This was included. You go like this, and I noticed that some of Kaito's it sounds a little like muffled when he goes wai ro. It's supposed to be ro, not r or whatever. So you go here, go like that, type in o, and now it sounds like this. Much more clear, much more pronounced. That way you don't get confused. One problem I was having is the fact that when I was doing the tuning for this, there would be a lot of sections where it was a lot of different, tiny phonetics all together in a short space. So that way it sounded really muffled and it was hard to understand what exactly was being sung. So that tool really helps. You go here, you hit this thing right here. You cut the note, and then you add in the vowel instead of just the default phonetic. So that's very helpful. Okay, now let's go to dynamics. Dynamics, very simple. It is literally just how loud or quiet the singer is. So let me zoom out here and see if I can find a place where, well, you know, to be honest, this song, I have not really tuned a lot of the dynamics a lot because it's kind of at one volume really. But let's just say, for example, I'm just gonna go like this, and wow, look at this, it's getting quieter and quieter and quieter and quieter and quieter and quieter, and then eventually it'll just sound like this. If it loads. notice by that point it's really hard to hear because the dynamics are having a very hard time, you know, registering anything. So that's when things start cutting out. The only reason that you can really still hear it is because of some of the other parameters I have going on, and we'll get to those, don't worry. So I'm going to undo that because that's not part of the song. So now we're going to go to pitch bend. Pitch bend, very straightforward. If you move it up, the pitch goes up. If you move it down, the pitch goes down, like so. Ugly as shit, I know, but actually, let me give you a short example here. At the end of each of the choruses, I did this tiny little blip where the pitch kind of goes up and then down again. So let me go, let me take this. I'm going to go to double tempo here, bring that back to what it was, and then I'm going to bring you to here. So then from there, I can go like this, and then you'll hear this last little bit right now. You can use it to just add a little bit of flair to your thing. Let's say you want to have a little bit of a, I don't know, a triangular pitch change there. You can go like that, and now it'll sound like this. Actually, you notice that there isn't any change at all. Now that is going to bring us on to our next parameter. That is pitch bend sensitivity. And you notice here how there is some pitch bend sensitivity and here there's none. Well, if you go like this and you bring this all the way up, like up here, you'll notice that that pitch change that I did, that's going to be very, very extreme now. So those two parameters go hand in hand with one another. Alright, the next parameter is Exciter. Exciter is a new parameter to the Vocaloid 5 software. It is very, very handy because it gives the voice a much more powerful feel. You can, one thing that I noticed with the Vocaloid 4 software is sometimes when I was tuning Gakpoi or Kaito especially, is that it would become very, 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 he could become bored. It would sound like he wasn't interested in what he was singing. So with the Exciter parameter, you can change that. There's another thing that I used the Exciter parameter for as well, and I will show you. It's actually at the beginning of the chorus here. Do you notice this little cluster, this entire cluster of points here? So here's the thing. I'm using Kaito V3 right now, and Kaito V3 does not have a feature called Growl, which we will get to. So instead, I used Exciter to kind of mimic it, to mock it in a way. So now, when I do that, it's gonna sound like this. By rapidly changing the excitement very, very fast in a short time, it can kind of create a growl sound. Now, I used a few more parameters to kind of get a better result with this, not just using the exciter standalone, but like I said, this is a very useful parameter, and I figured out how to use the exciter to make a growl sound just recently. So I like that parameter. It's very good. All right, now we're gonna go to growl. This is actually something that's see. Right now you see that the growl is all the way up. The thing is though, this is doing nothing because I'm using Kaito V3. So even if I were to have this all the way down, it would not sound any different. However, let's go to a Vocaloid where that would sound different. If we go here, and, oh, yes, okay. If we go here, and then we're going to solo this track so you can really get an understanding of how that sounds, this is what it is. And now when I turn it down, it sounds like this. To be fair, Gakpoi is not the best when it comes to growl because his V3 voice bank and his V4 voice bank are practically the same. They added growl to his V4 voice bank, but it's not the best. A better example of that would be if you went here and you chose Fukase, and then you go here, back to the track, you go here, Oh, well. Oh my. Wow. Nin. Let's take this. I'm using Fukaze English. I just realized my mistake. I was like, why isn't it doing the thing? Right, my bad. Let's go to Fukaze normal. And let's delete that point. And now, when you do this, it's going to sound like this. You notice that it's definitely a lot more prevalent. However, I still am going to use VOCALOID because I like his voice more. But, you know, anyway. The Growl parameter was originally for V4. They moved it to V5 as well. And it is a good parameter. I do like using it. However, it is a little finicky at times, so you have to be careful. And it depends on what the singer that you're using is. So anyway, on to the next parameter. That is going to be breathiness. Also, I'm going to just like that. All right. Breathiness was a parameter that has been around since Vocaloid 2. It honestly was not that good for a very long time. Up until Vocaloid 5, it was actually pretty damn shit, and you could really only hear it if you were in a higher range with a female vocalist, and it just didn't sound that present. But now, with the Vocaloid 5 software, it is much more prevalent. The breathiness is actually a little bit harsher than I would say than the airiness, which I will get to very soon. So when you go like this, and then you bring this up, you'll notice it's going to sound like this. Really sounds like someone's like whispering in your ear. You know, it's like you can really use it to create a different kind of atmosphere or have a more breathy kind of exit to a note. Let's go here, for example, and I'm gonna go really quickly up to that note, right, like that, and then it's gonna sound like this. You hear how it kind of lost its power there at the end, kind of can I. It's quite more versatile now with the Vocaloid 5 software. It is a parameter that I use quite a lot with my covers, and I hope I can use it for my songs later on in the future. Anyway, next parameter is airiness, and airiness and breathiness are very similar. They are, I'd say that airiness is a little more. Well, let's just do this for example. And then when I do this, this is how it sounds. I would say that the consonants there are definitely more prevalent with the airiness. The breathiness is just kind of like everything is just kind of breathy and, you know, like very mysterious. You know, everything is there. But with the airiness, the consonants are still very clear, but the vowels are very aired out. You know, so that's and then when you combine the two, I'm just gonna quickly do this quickly just to. And it's gonna sound like this. Now, allow me to do a small experiment here, because I want to see what it sounds like when you go, if there's any difference if you go like this. So now one is being changed drastically and the other is just constant at the top. So let's see if that sounds any different. Not really. I guess just the one thing to note is that if you airiness is mostly for the vowels of the song. of the singer, and then breathiness is just kind of the entire vocal. It just becomes breathy. So just kind of know the difference between those two things. All right, so let's turn that off. All right, now let's go to the mouth parameter. So the mouth used to be called the openness parameter. This was included, once again, from the Vocaloid 2 software up until now, Vocaloid 5 software, but they changed the name. Mouth is now, openness is now mouth. However, in the Vocaloid 2 software, it was a solid, like, line that, like, thing that you could, like, edit and do all this stuff, and it was great, you know? But now they have this, and it's actually okay. You can't get as much versatility on the shape of the vowel like you could in the Vocaloid 1 software. Actually, I think it was in the Vocaloid 1 software. No. Vocaloid 1 was slightly different. They had something else, but that's for another time. Anyway, but when you do this, this is how it sounds. One thing I noticed is that if you use the mouth parameter and then you bring down the point value of one of these, it can become a little more muffled because that's kind of what it's happening. You're narrowing the mouth instead of going you're going you know, it's different, you know, and because of that, sometimes it kind of affects the timing as well, which I kind of wish it wouldn't. It's weird that sometimes it does that, but you use that for the vowels, and essentially, let's say you have a section once again where there's a lot of really fast little point values that come across. So let's say you want to go like you don't want that to be focused on so much. You only want only a few here. Let me just show you. You notice that's like it like there's some of the kana, some of the phonetics just sound a little bit more present, like they're more open, they're more clear. But then with the other ones, it kind of glosses over them, and you have this like yo, it's like yo ji ya nen rei, essentially. I actually haven't messed with this too much. I do need to do more tuning with this, and I will before I go into the mixing and all that. But it's a good parameter. I definitely have started to use it a lot more with my projects. Actually, what am I doing? I'll keep that. Not bad. All right. So the next parameter is going to be character. So character used to be gender factor, and they changed it for Vocaloid 5. I'm guessing that's because politics. I can only assume that it's because of politics that they changed the name. Anyway, essentially, beforehand in the Vocaloid 1 through 4 software, the higher you went, the more masculine it became, and the lower you went, the more feminine it became. However, in the new update, it's the lower you go, the more masculine it becomes, and the higher you go, the more feminine it becomes. So they switched it. Personally, I think I like that more. Having it so like the lower you go, it just makes more sense. You know, it does. It makes more sense. You know, you have baritone, bass, falsetto, like baritone, bass, alto, soprano. You know, all that stuff. So you want it to be. You want it to make more sense. So if you notice here, it'll become a lot more deep. And again, let's just be extreme just for the sake of it. You know what I kind of noticed? It kind of almost seems like a bit of a phaser effect. So it changes the format of the synth. So instead of focusing on the low end of the synth, it focuses on the high end. So it makes it sound more like tinny. But that's just kind of an observation by my hand. It can't it probably isn't completely correct, but that's kind of what I've noticed. But I've used this parameter a lot, especially with some of my covers with Gakpo. It's a very helpful tool. It helps create more depth and like tone to the vocals. Um, and yeah, it's a great parameter. Actually, let's fix that a little bit. All right. So yeah, very important parameter. Definitely, I recommend you use it a lot for your things. It just the human the human voice does that. It'll dip and rise in terms of like how it sounds. You know, if you want to have a more heavier kind of like section, you go like, you know, you lower your voice there. You make it sound more like gravelly and gruff and all that stuff. But then, um, it kind of can go back into its more like natural state, whatever the singer's natural state is. Okay, so next we're gonna go with brightness. So with this project, I really didn't do a lot with brightness on this track. However, on this track, I believe I did quite a bit. Brightness essentially is just how bright the vocals sound. To be honest, it kind of feels to me like a dynamic 2.0. However, it's not quite that, and I can't exactly explain what it is that's different, but it is a very important thing, and again, it adds more depth to the vocals, and it makes it just sound a little bit better. So when you do it, it's gonna sound like this. You can use this parameter if you want to do falsetto. So actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just open up a quick new tab very quickly. And we're going to go here. We're going to go like that. I don't know why it's so long. We're going to take this pencil tool and we're going to go all the way up to C. Hold on. C5. It's harsh. I know it does sound harsh, but when you go. Ooh. Oh, let's see. Oh. I wish they would change how sensitive this little thing is here. I guess you can't really see it. Oh my, that's my bad. Let me fix that quickly for you. Wait, there we go. Okay, so essentially, yeah, this little thing becomes it's a little too sensitive and it scrolls in and out a little too fast for me. But anyway, so again, we're gonna take that note and we're gonna go all the way to C5, and it's gonna be really long and all that shit. And now you see, without any change in the brightness, it can sound very harsh, like this. Okay, I made the note too long. Let's try that again. So it's gonna sound like this. But let's say you want it to sound a little gentler. So now you can take this brightness and go down with it. And then go like that. And then you can go here. You hit Control D. and then it brings you up to the attack and effect menu, and then you want to put on some reverb or something like, not reverb, I'm sorry, vibrato, and then you go like that. You bring this there by hitting Alt and then selecting the orange, bringing it back, and then you have this. You can then go into this orange section, hit like that, and then make it less there, and then but more extreme. So now it'll sound like this. A lot of different effects. You can give it a very opera kind of sound, but yes, brightness is very helpful if you want to like make it less harsh. Another thing you can do is instead you can bring the brightness all the way up and then go to the dynamics and then bring that very much down, and then that way it sounds like this. Again, it's a little softer. The way that I think about it is when you're going for a high note, you don't typically want to hit the top of that note really hard. You want to scoop up to it, you know? Let's see. Let's go like this, and we're going to take this note here. We're going to bring it down an octave by hitting shift and hitting down on the arrow key. And then we're going to go we're gonna if I can remember how to do this. Get rid of that. And and then we're gonna change that to meh. So we go let's go like this. And then like that. And now, when you do this, you go to brightness, and then go, let's see, oh my goodness. So and then meh. And then once again, you take this, you go Control D, you select whatever, anything you want or not, depending on what your preference is. Okay, clean that up, a little less on that. So now it'll sound like this. You see, it's not harsh and in your face. It's like it becomes quieter, and then it goes, and then that's when it goes up to meh. That's when it goes up to that octave, and then it's nicer on the ears. You still have that power, but it's just not as harsh, So I use that a lot. Very good parameter. All right. Anyway, let's continue and open up the project again. Go to Judgment of Corruption, and no. Okay. All right. Alright, and now let's listen to this. Lovely, isn't it? Okay, brightness, clearness. Clearness, you can, once again, you can use clearness if you want to, so you know how I said with the openness parameter, how you could like bring that down so it kind of glosses over that? With the clearness, if you have a section where you want like you want the singer to really be heard and the enunciation to really be like there, you can bring that up, and then it'll be a little more crisp. What's that? Notice how it sounds a little more like you can hear the distinction between each different sound a little more. I would say be careful with this because it can become to the point where it becomes a little tinny, and it kind of it loses that depth a little bit if you aren't careful with it. But it is a good tool, and it's been around I believe since the Vocaloid 2 software. All right, portamento timing. That is the last one. Okay, so that at least for this part. So what you want to do is, uh, what you want to do? What you want to do? This isn't that kind of tutorial. Portamento timing changes the timing of the pitch, essentially. If it changes earlier or fast or later. Jeez. For example, you see this orange line here. It's like blue, blue, blue. But now if you go here, like so, well, actually, it doesn't change a lot because the way that I did it. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna, once again, new parameter or new project. I just need to finish this off quickly. Not that. Okay, take the note. Notice how the pitch changes later? Exact opposite. That's literally it. Just changes the timing of the pitch change. Good if you want to have a note be swept up to. But there's also another kind of thing for that. So the Vocaloid 5 software is definitely more advanced than the Vocaloid 4 software. There are new things, all that, you know. And again, when I go to Control D, it brings up the attack and release effect. So the attack effect controls the first half of the note, and the release affects the second half of the note. So I'm just gonna go through some of these and then kind of show you. So here you have the note highlighted, and then if you go to this, you notice that pitch change there. It's gonna sound like this. It kind of it swept up. It wasn't exactly to the pitch. It let up there, you know. And then also you can increase how hard or soft that that effect is felt. So if you go like this, it's a lot more extreme and it's a lot more like wavy essentially. And then if you go down, there will be no effect at all. Another one. This is the Enka style. I really like this, and you know how I said it controls the first half, and this part controls the first half, this part controls the second half. To be fair, they kind of overlap and kind of interchange, but you know that's how I like to think of it, just to get a good base understanding of it before you start getting into the nitty gritty of each different effect. So you go here, and then now, yeah, you see that. I'll bring that out a little more. And then if you go here and then you kind of explains itself there. I like using this. I think it definitely helps when if I'm in a little bit of a pinch and I just cannot get the pitch right. This is kind of like a failsafe for me. It just kind of sounds nice whenever. So it's good parameter. I use it a lot. Good parameter. Jesus Christ. Good effect. I use it a lot. My goodness. Okay, so this then let's go here. This starts up and then goes down. So again, go like that, and then it's gonna sound like this. Control how hard or soft it is, you know. All right, very good. I don't know why I'm doing that. There's the accent. So it's kind of funny. So here's the thing. With the Vocaloid 4 software, you had a window where you could change the singer's style entirely. So you had different so it would affect every note instead of having just to affect one like so. However, they changed that and now they have this. I believe what you can do is you can add you can select multiple notes and have the same kind of effect for each note. So if you go like this, yes, both notes will be affected. So if you wanted to have it so all of your notes were affected by that, you would go right click, select all notes, and then you can do whatever one here. But let's just focus on this one. So let's listen to this. Let's say this is a little slow, isn't it? So if you want to change the tempo, you just go up to here, and then you click, I don't know, like, let's see, 220. And then it sounds like this. Faster, slower, whatever you want. Also, there's another thing that Vocaloid 5 is new with, is that there's these two little, I call them automation clips, essentially. Because I use FL Studio, and that's what it's called there. I don't know if it's with other other DAWs, but so essentially you have the tempo here, and it's set to 220. That little value point there. What you can do is you can just go like this, and you're gonna feel the tempo change a lot, like a lot. So let's see how that would sound. So essentially, you can use this to create a rubato kind of song, like robbed of tempo. So if you don't want your song to have an exact tempo, you can use that. You can just kind of have it shift and change and all of that, and then there you go. This is a very handy tool, and I'm glad that they added that to the Vocaloid 5 software. It makes it a lot easier instead of having to save a project at one tempo and then having to, save another project at another tempo and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I think actually for the Vocaloid 4 software they had it a little bit different. So like they had it where on the timeline up here you could change the tempo, but it was a little weird. So I think it's a little nicer having just this line that you can draw through. And it's the same with the master volume. It's like if you want to just have the whole song go quieter or softer, you can just go like that. Actually, I will show you in my project that I've been working on. Oh, come on. There we go. No, let's not save that. So you'll notice if I go over here, well, a little further than that, don't you think? You see this little bit right here? I'm sure you noticed that a little bit. There's a part where the Kaito is singing, and he says the word Musume, which is his daughter. And this in the song, his daughter is dead or something. So I thought it'd be a cool little effect if I went in there and then I kind of made it so it like almost censored the word, like it was forbidden, you know. So when you play it, it sounds like this. And then without that, it would sound, well, I actually had that as a kind of like that was originally what I was gonna do, but I thought it just sounded a little bit too weird, so I decided to opt for a volume kind of failure instead, and I think it kind of works a little bit better. Yeah, it's I like it. I like using it. It actually also affects the audio as well. So if I just very quickly don't copyright me, YouTube. That way, it's very sudden. It's like, oh wow, it kind of brings your attention back. It's a nice little effect. I like using it. I actually have never used the master automation clip for any of my other projects, but I think it's cool. I think it fits here. Um. Anyway, let's go back to. Oh, well, let's go back to here. And we're once again on the attack release effect. I'm actually gonna close this, so you right click and close, so that way I have more room to look at the notes and such. Also, if you want more space, you can go like this, scroll up. You don't have to view that upper window. You can, if you just want to focus on the piano roll here. You'll also notice that I use the pitch bend a lot, so I'm gonna bring this back for a moment. But see here, again, makes it sound glitchy and like out of sorts. So yeah, all right, there you go. I don't know what the hell I just did. Anyway, all right, let's go. Let's go with this. Here's what I'm going to do. I feel like I will not be able to explain every single one, so what I'm going to do is very, very quickly just go through every single one and show you what it kind of does to the note. So just pay attention. All right, bye. Now we move on to tone. I don't think this is going to work, but let's see how this would sound. It seems like instead it just changes the pitch and just gives it more, because Growl just doesn't really work with Kaito V3. Maybe I could be wrong. Nope, I wasn't wrong. Onto ornamentation. Sounds ridiculous. Sounds like a fucking Minecraft villager trying to sing Jesus Christ. Anyway. Okay, that covers all the attack effects. Now let's go to the release effects. Starting with pitch. Sort of weirdly getting more and more sexual, I feel like. Ugh. That's all for pitch. Onto dynamic. That's it for dynamics. Onto tone. I like that. I like that they combine one kind of effect with another. That's cool. That's it for tone. Onto ornamentation. Hey Satin, how you doing, man? And it does. You can do so many different things with the Vocaloid 5 software, and I think that's why I really like it. Is the fact that like there's a lot of potential. There's a potential for so many different things, but a lot of people don't really see that, and they don't really do anything with it, which is a shame. I really wish they would do more. And I wish there would be more Vocaloids around, but beggars can't be choosers. It's great because you can mix and match these and do different kinds of things. You can get different. You can start with one thing and then end with another. So let's say you want to start with a crescendo here, and then you want to have it fade out there, and then you go like this, and you see that, ooh, or like this, or like this. Lovely, isn't it? I know the way that I'm doing it is not the best, but I'm just showing you the raw kind of effect itself. Obviously, there's a lot of tuning and tweaking that you gotta do to really give it that to make it sound good. But brain cannot handle. It's just. Don't worry. When I first started using the Vocaloid 5 software, I didn't know what the hell I was doing either. I was like, wow, this is so many. This is so much. I don't know what the hell I'm even doing. That's what I really like about the Vocaloid software is because like I've had those moments where I'm like, whoa, that's so cool, that's so different. I didn't even know you could do that. One example is like the Vocaloids. You get like different Vocaloids and breath files. So if you go to let's see actually, can I even find it on here? I don't know if I can. Oh. Let's go to downloads. Yeah, let's go to downloads. SPC downloads. For example, here, I believe. Oh, I don't think I meant to do that. At least I think she has it. Some Vocaloids do. Some Vocaloids do not. Okay, so she does not. But I know that what is it? Gokpoid V2 had this this thing. Let me go quickly do this. Also, ignore this. This is just bleh. I'm gonna open up Vocaloid 5 again. What am I doing? Don't worry, it's not even that overwhelming because once you get into the flow of it, like you kind of just roll with it. You just kind of know where things are, and then eventually you really can just put together whatever you want. You're confident what you do, and then you just like, it's almost like second nature. Let me see here. So what I kind of mean by that is like when I was first using the Vocaloid software, I really didn't know what I was doing. I was like I didn't really know where anything was, what anything was, like and then when I found out that you could make the Vocaloids breathe, I was like, oh shit, that's so cool. And then I'm gonna just close that. Close you. Open folder. Let me see here. I do believe you can do that. Does he have wave files, breath files, samples? Nope. Others. That's cross read. Nope. That's not what I'm looking for. Now you're like, what the hell is this? This isn't Vocaloid 5. You're right. This is totally not Vocaloid 5. I'm just looking at to see if there's what is this? Warning. Ooh. Okay. Support da 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 da. Okay, I guess it's not in this file. Let me grab Duckboy V4 because I'm pretty sure he has breath files. Hey, y'all want to hear a really embarrassing story? So I always tell my viewers that, like, my first Vocaloid was Gokpoid Power or whatever, and after that I got VY1 and all that. Well, here's the thing. It's actually reversed. I got VY1 first, and then but because I was such a stupid fucking novice and didn't know how Vocaloid worked at all, I bought her, and then I bought a digital version of Vocaloid 4. I installed her. I did not put in the code. And then after 14 days, her voice, the trial version was done. And I had no idea what the hell I was doing. So you know what I fucking did? I returned VY1 and I got a refund on V4. And then the day after, I found out what I did wrong. And I felt like such a fucking moron. God, so embarrassing. I just felt so dumb. It's like, how could I have done this to myself? Ugh. So then afterwards, then I got a physical copy of Gokpoid V4, and then a physical copy of the Vocaloid 4 software, and then I got a digital copy of VY1 V4 on the Vocaloid website. It just, man, don't be like me. Learn how to use your software, and don't fucking return it when you don't know what you're doing. Anyway, that's my little story. Now you know. So let me see here. Go to here. Breath wave. So here. You see this? These are breath files that Gokpoid V4 has. Now I'm gonna open up Vocaloid 5 here again. I keep closing and opening it. I'm sorry. I know. It's silly. I need to stop doing it. But let me just kind of show you what's so interesting is because you can add a layer of realism to Gokpoid V4 by adding just these simple breath files. So let's go here, like this, audio track, and what we're gonna, like so. What we're gonna do is go through each of these. I just find this kind of fun, and kind of see what it sounds like. So here's breath 1 short. Also, let's make sure that it's 1-1. Oh, let me put my headphones on. All right. Also, see here, boom. So now we're gonna do breath 1. And why am I doing it 1-1? That's silly. Let's go at least like that. So that way, I'm gonna play for you every single breath file that he has. Oh. So this is how it sounds so far. do exhales too. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Imagine Gokwood breathing down your neck. Imagine being told, hey, you're gonna make a Vocaloid singer, but you also need to do a section where you just need to breathe into the mic multiple times differently. Oh. What are you doing? Get out of here. Okay. I know I'm not talking much. Hey, what's up, Shiny Star Sparkles? Welcome to the stream. I have no what I'm doing. I'm basically just right now. I'm just kicking the shit, showing people Gokwoid's breath files because when I first saw this, I was like, what the fuck? You can do that? Oh, it was so cool. It was so cool. Okay. Lip. Don't give me that lip, boy. I don't want no lip. Snort. You can fucking make him snort. Okay. So now we're gonna play every single breath file at once. Not at once, but at the Anyway, let's hear it. See, when he said snort, I thought it was gonna be like a kind of thing, but no. God, imagine. I think another Vocaloid that has that is Gumi? Is it Gumi? It's someone. I know it's one of the Vocaloids, but yeah, no. I thought this was really cool when I first saw this. Anyway, I want to save this as just local disc. Gokwoid breath files. Great. Okay. Why did I say it like that? That would have been funny. I know, right? God. Oh, the potential, man. So I don't know if it's something he's still struggling with, but the voice provider of Gokwoid Gokt was dealing with some sort of throat thing, I know, and like he couldn't sing for a while, and I don't know if it's still the case, but like I hope he's better, man. Like that man is a treasure. Keep him healthy as long as possible. Hell, one of Gokwoid's creators is already gone. What's gonna be like when he's gone as well? And if you don't know who I'm talking about, look at the bottom right corner, right here. This man right here, the man who created this beautiful son of a bitch. Yeah, he's gone. Died last year, and honestly, it's so sad because I started reading Berserk, which is Kentaro Miura, man who made Gokwoids, his magnum opus, and I fell in love with it. Like I can't believe that the man created like this Vocaloid is the same who made the Eclipse. Like that's just bonkers to me. Absolutely fucking bonkers to me. Man. Anyway, what else should we do? What else should we do? I really don't know. I don't have any more plans for this. I did my live stream, so that's kind of my tutorial live stream, so that's kind of in the thing. Um, hell. Oh, yes. I've got an idea. So this is something I made a video about like a little while ago, but yes, okay. Um, we were just talking about Gokwoid's breath and all that stuff, and like it's really cool and all that. Let me show you what his breath sounds like in the Vocaloid 2 software because it's a little different than the Vocaloid uh, uh, 4 files. So you have this. Let's go a fourth of a measure, and what we're gonna do is highlight that properties, and we're gonna go BR1. I believe that's what it is. And then when you do that, it sounds like this. Could you hear that? Let me play it again for you. That is a breath. Now we go here and we go BR2. And then we go BR3. Yep. And then we go BR4. Stick with me here, please. Stick with me. I'm going somewhere with this. I promise you. And then you go BR5. And that's the thing. I think Gokwoid only had 5 different breath options with the Vocaloid 2 software, which I think at that point was still better because I think a lot of Vocaloids did not. So he was the most expensive and he was like one of a kind. You know? That's why I love him. See, that one's kind of cool because kind of like with the Vocaloid 4, it's like you have that little bit of that lip where it kind of goes. See? And was there breath 0? I totally cannot remember that. I don't think there was. Yeah, no breath 0. But what I'm going to do now is let's go back to breath 2. And what we're going to do now is we're going to elongate it like so. And you might be thinking, well, that's just going to sound like he's going to go. No. That's what he would sound like if it was in the Vocaloid 4 software. This is what it sounds like in the Vocaloid 2 software. How lively. And now let's go to BR1. See how that sounds? BR3. BR4. And of course, BR5. And the thing is, it just gets worse and worse the further out you go. So if I really just like crank this like far, like real fucking far, and I'll go to BR2 just because I think BR2 is the loudest breath, so it's the longest and the loudest. This is what it's gonna sound like. Oh, you see that? It's so long that Vocaloid's like, I'm not gonna try and fucking render that. Fuck you. Okay, I'll tone it down a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, that's the Vocaloid 2 breathing. That's what happens when you elongate it. It's not meant to do that. And I find it really funny that the developers of the Vocaloid 2 software never figured that out. At least the developers of the Gokpoid, at least. Is it any different with these ones? Nope, it's no different with these ones. It's the same thing. You are out. We're out. I don't know if that's even a thing that exists, but let's. No, that's not it. Be out. I feel like there's a way to there's a thing where you could make them, at least each Vocaloid had a an inhale and an exhale, but I don't know. Now, actually, maybe it's just in. No, it's not that either. Okay, so that's yeah. But yeah, that's a funny little thing I noticed. Does Luca have that? Yeah, she does, but it's a little quieter. But yeah, and I think you can go here and make it louder. Yeah, you can. I like that. I like that you can do that. I wish you could change the pitch of it as well, but I know you can't. Yeah, it's the same pitch, but imagine if you could imagine if you could change the pitch of that. You could make an entire song just out of breaths, essentially. That'd be so fascinating and so weird. And I would love that. I think that'd be so cool. But yeah, that's just you're doing a little bit of backtracking on some of the things I discovered with the Vocaloid software. Anyway, is there anything you guys would like me to do right now? Is there anything that you're interested in me talking about with the Vocaloid software, or anything you want me to tune? I'm open to suggestions because right now I'm just I'm just kind of kicking the shit, really. These are all the Vocaloid 2. I was gonna buy Gumi V2, but I decided against it because I already had a V4 voice bank, and I thought it was just. I mean, you might be thinking, well, you have Vocaloid 4 Gokpoid and Vocaloid 2 Gokpoid, but the thing is, Vocaloid 2 Gokpoid sounds much different than Vocaloid 4 Gokpoid native. It sounds rougher, it sounds gruffer, and I like it. It's good. I like his V2 voice bank. It's gravelly, it's dirty. I like it. Oh. What's kind of weird? Kind of sounds like he has an echo effect if you listen to it. Doesn't it? It kind of sounds like he's in a room. You can tell that there's he's in an area. gonna just go like this, and then that way you can hear it all. Well, no, like not like that. He, he, yeah, I'm gonna name this Kickin' the Shit with My Fellow Chat. There we go. Let's see. That's another thing I like about Gokpoid is the fact that it just sounds like he's in a different space. Gokpoid V2. It's just it's different, you know. Boom. I know his V2 voice is just so good. Oh, it's so good. Let me see if there's a project. I'm gonna title it like that. You know what? Hold on. Do I want to open up a new project or do I want to continue with this one? Let's see what there is. Jingle bells? Oh, fuck me, no. Kicking the shit. Okay, so somewhere over the rainbow. Nah, that was Somewhere over the rainbow problems. No. Is there any project on here on the Vocaloid 2 software that I have that isn't like? No, looks like that's it. Okay, then I'll continue on this project. I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Add vocal track, and it's gonna be Gokpoid again, because you know, Gokpoid is my boy. Wait, what? Oh yeah. It's telling me I can't save because I don't have anything on this track. Oh. Let's see. Okay, so this let me see. So see hell I'm doing. It's just this is a thing, you know. Glad you're here for it. I appreciate it. Ooh, okay. I gotta fix that. So, the first one goes solo that track. Okay, so, oh, that's not what I did. I mean to. I don't think I meant to solo. Well, okay. um. Oh, I can go to view mixer, right? Mixer. There it is. And then I can solo this track. Right, there we go. So let's see. So this one goes. So okay, that's good. So now when I go to that, I'm gonna so dynamics. Let's go. I want to bring this up so I can hear both of their voices clearly at the same time. How does that sound? I'm not the best at harmonizing. Honestly, I think the first time I ever harmonized with the Vocaloid software was in the my cover, which I never released because it was the first time that I ever tried to tune a cover. It was my cover of In Your Dark, but this was at the beginning of my run with Vocaloid at all. I had no idea what I was doing. I have no idea how the person who did the original song In Your Dark got Gakwe to sound like that, and I was just trying to be a poser and see if I could do what he did. Spoiler alert, I could not. So that was my first time harmonizing. And I really feel like I haven't gotten that much better. Okay, so how does that sound now? Hold on, my dog is at my door and he's gonna be very upset if I don't let him in. So, just a moment. I have returned. The dogs are inside my room. Let's see. Let's see. I can. See. See. Also, if you hear people outside being really obnoxious and shit, it's graduation night, so they're doing their stupid senior thing. Don't worry, they'll be they'll be nice and dead in a few years. Not dead as in like physically dead, but they'll be dead on the inside. Don't worry. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I let's see. Let's go. Wah. Like, you know. One. Go like that. Boom. It's also something I kind of like being able to do in the Vocaloid 5, or just Vocaloid software in general, is combine different sounds within one note. One. Feed. Let me see. How does it sound? I wanna feel wait, hold on. I wanna feel your. Let's see. So. I I wanna feel, feel. Okay, so that'll be on the same note then. Feel your. Let's see.
I wanna feel.
Let's see. Wanna feel. Feel.
Feel. I wanna feel.
Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, I see. So it's literally just going up by an octave? Yeah, that's what I did. So let me see here. One, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 sound. It's probably not going to sound very good, but let's try this.
I wanna feel.
No, that actually sounds a lot better than I was expecting. Let's see. Feel your
Feel.
your. See, I wanna. See.
I wanna feel.
Feel your I feel your.
I wanna feel.
Okay, so the your on this one is a little loud, so I think I'm going to bring this down to, say, 100. Nah, let's go 86. Oh. Fuck it, 85. That's fine.
I wanna feel. Your heart.
See how this sounds.
I wanna feel your heart.
Heart. This is probably gonna sound really weird. Again. It's probably not gonna sound quite right, but let's just see if it'll even if it'll even render it.
I wanna feel your heart.
See. Again. So let me see. That would be. Again. So let me again. feel your heart again. I don't know where those lyrics came from, but let's just go with them. Again. Again. Okay, very good. See how this sounds now.
I wanna feel heart again.
Not bad. Not terrible. Let's see if I can do. Let's see. So, see. I'm gonna go. Select all. No, in. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Settings. Finger. Style. Oh, that's not what I wanted. What is size? Nope. That's preferences. No. Rewire doesn't work anymore, which is such a shame. I liked using Vocaloid 2 with, you know, FL Studio, but it just won't work the same anymore. There we go. Okay, so let me go. Legato. This was what I was kind of talking about earlier. Like, instead of the Vocaloid 5 software, you highlight it all and then go to the attack thing, and then you can select what notes you want to be attacked. Here, you just select all the notes, and then you go to settings, you go to preferences, and then here you have this. Let's go 9 on this. Let's go rising movement only. Decay, let's go 93, and attack. Let's go 7. Okay. And now, when I do this, it's gonna sound like this.
I wanna feel heart.
I think it would sound better. It would sound more. It would sound better if all of the songs sounded like that. So let's go like that. I'm gonna go to legato once again. 9. Rising movement only. It was like 93 or something, and then here was like 7. And then here, I'm gonna go like that. And did I mess something up? I might have. Oh wait. Okay. Yes.
I wanna feel heart again. You
Let me see here. See, I want to feel your heart again. You. F.
left hand,
I know I'm making him sing in like English, and he doesn't have an English voice bank, obviously, but you know, it's fun. Okay, so now let's see here.
I wanna feel old heart again. You let me Sheila.
Here, 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 here,
Sheila.
no, here, 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 oh, 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 so let me see.
You let me
let's see. You left me here all alone. You left me. You left. You left me. You left me. You left me. So you left me.
You let me.
Ooh, yeah, that's not right. Let's see. You left me. You left me. You left me.
You let me. You let me.
You left.
You let me.
So it would be you left. You left me. Oh, 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 oh. Me, you left. Wait, so hold on.
You let me.
Not quite. Let's see, you there. Oh, that's not what did I just do? Did I do anything? No? I'm just gonna, yeah, okay, whatever. Left me here, 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 go oh. Let's go oh for that. I think that should be okay. You left me here all alone. So that would be you left me here all. You see, you left me here all alone. Wait. This may sound really weird. I don't know if it's gonna do any good, but let's try it anyway. It really is just you know, when it comes to making music, for me it's always been you know, fuck around and find out. Really, like if I don't experiment, if I don't fail, then how am I gonna get better?
I wanna feel hard again. You let me hear. She
I don't think that. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. You left me. Okay.
you let me hear.
Okay. Let me go here and fix that because here. Oh, I don't. Literally just gonna be oh.
You let me hear all
Only see oh la la oh la lo lo. Okay, so let me. I'm gonna have to fix the harmonization for sure. It's a little wonky.
you let me hear all
Okay, let's see how this all sounds. I feel like there's still some editing that I need to editing with the notes and the harmonization and the maybe a little bit of the pronunciation, but let's see how it sounds.
I wanna feel hard again. You let me hear all alone. I wanna feel げるああゆれみしやおらろあろ
Okay, note to self: make sure that you don't forget to change the pitch back to its normal setting when you do the thing. Also, let me just make sure that this is, yeah, this ain't quite there we go. Oh no, that's also not it. There we go. You know, I will say that what's nice about the Vocaloid 2 software, up until the Vocaloid 4 software, partially, is the fact that you don't have a line that represents the pitch. So when you're doing this, you have to do it by ear. You really have to lean into your ear and make sure that it sounds correct, because if it doesn't, it's gonna mess everything up. So, yeah. It holds your hand a little less, you know what I mean? So you you have me yeah. But,
れみしやおらろ
okay, let me go to view mixer. I'm gonna solo this track, see how this sounds. Is there a way to elongate this? I don't think there is. Uh, uh,
愛はなフィロハラゲルレミシヤオラロ
okay, that's pretty good. Hey, I will be right back. I need to respond to something real quick. I'm just gonna leave it on this screen. You're free to just hang in the chat for a little bit. I will be back as soon as possible. All right, bye. Sorry, I'm trying to sell my car right now, so I'm just talking to some of the people that are interested. Let me see here. So, can I? Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can. No, I'm gonna change the tempo here. Let's go to 160. Yes.
I wanna feel
Alone. It's probably not gonna sound very good considering what's, but I will only be on. Let's see. Let's get back to the mixer. View mixer. Oh, well, if it's and let's see, get rid of that. Whew.
I wanna feel
How would it sound like this? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
your heart again.
Actually, hold on just a moment. Kind of like how that sounded.
I wanna feel your heart
again. Let me try something here quickly. I'm gonna go like this. Bring this up here. Again, I don't know how that's gonna sound. Let's see.
I wanna feel your heart again.
Alright. Sure. Sorry guys, I know I keep pausing and stuff. I just, for some reason, a bunch of people now are asking me about the car. It's really silly. Give me just a little bit more time. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right, let's see here. So, I need to concentrate on this quickly. Let me turn this off for a moment. It's annoying. I don't have. It's like it's night. I shouldn't even be talking about this stuff with people.
I wanna feel
make sure that there isn't anything left. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Huh? Oh, duh, because it's, yeah. No, no. See, I'm gonna turn off the vibrato for this. It's just kind of. Actually, can I like? No, I don't think I can. I just have to manually. The Vocaloid 2 software, it's a little bit primitive. Not as primitive as the Vocaloid 1 software, but it's still primitive. Me here all alone. You left me here all alone. You left. See, you left me here all alone. You left me here all alone. Okay, let me go here. Very good. Alright, there's that. Boom. I want to feel your heart again. Okay, now. There we go. You know, I wasn't expecting to do a lot with this, but it's kind of fun. All alone. All alone. Okay. Alright. Alright. Get rid of all these. Yeah. Alright. Space back.
I wanna feel your heart again. You let me see all alone.
You know what? I think I'm gonna call that good for tonight. I am quite tired. It's like 11:14 p.m. here right now. But I think that's pretty good. This is about like at least a good hour's worth of content, maybe even more. Let me see. Oh God, I've been live for 2 hours. When the hell? When did that happen? Anyway, yeah. So I will be. I'm gonna leave it here. Trust me, there's a tutorial somewhere within this complete convoluted mess of a live stream. But no, I really do appreciate you being here. If you just came to just check the stream real quick, yeah, really appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you, Seton. I really appreciate you being here and liking my stuff. It's good to know that someone, it means something to someone. And yeah, no, it was fun. It really was. All right, and I will catch you in the next video or the next stream. All right, you take care now. Bye bye.